Okay, fam, welcome back. So today we're going to be going over the Bitcoin miners as well as the Bitcoin stocks, but not Bitcoin. We'll cover Bitcoin in a different video. So with that being said, let's get it. All right, so before we do that, we're going to cover the positions here real quick. Again, the markets are kind of down a little bit today. There's a possibility we may see a kind of a double dip here before eventually getting a rip. I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, the swing trade positions that we have, we still have them. They haven't gone anywhere. So maybe double down on that starting next week. Not sure at this point. We'll let you know when we do that. But for right now, things are still the same. So triple QT, we now have 78 shares, and you guys might be like, what the hell? Well, that's a lot more than what you usually buy. Yes, we did actually double buy yesterday because we thought the bottom was in. It could still likely be in, and we wanted to kind of tap into the cheaper end of the bargain before it rips too much. Again, you could think of this as the opposite of FOMO. So if FOMO is trying to buy at the top, we're trying to FOMO in at the bottom, right? So we did double dip buy yesterday, and then, of course, we bought another 12 shares today. So we've actually decided that per dividend ETF position, we're going to shoot initially for $30 a month, and then we're going to scale back around once we have all of our positions, and we're going to go to $50 a month. So 30 initially for each position, then we'll scale on another 20 a month, depending on where the markets are and what the opportunities are at that given time. So it's just it's a little bit easier to consume. You know, it's like taking a bite out of an apple. When you take a huge bite, it's harder to chew and swallow, right? But if you take smaller bites, it's much easier to eat the entire apple. Okay, so next position here is TSLL. Yes, we did actually double buy yesterday as well, I believe. Hold on a second. Let me see. So we closed out our cash secured put on TSLL too. We're not going to do another cash secured put for right now. We may actually, well, I'm not going to say specifically what we're going to do, but as of right now, we're not looking at that. We're just looking at buying spots. So anyways, so let's see here. We got 20 shares here, and then we did a little extra, a little 10 shares here, and then 5 shares this morning. Was actually going to wait to buy more TSLL because, again, the price of TSLL is kind of choppy. Markets are kind of choppy this morning. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. TSLL looks pretty cheap right now, so it's hard to kind of say that we don't really want to buy more. Might just go ahead and buy some more right now. I mean, we got plenty of cash, so yeah, let's just do that. Screw it. We're going to go ahead and get another 5 shares right now. So you guys will actually see one of the rare instances. That's odd. Okay, that was a bit weird. So anyways, you guys will see one of the rare instances where we actually do place trades. I mean, it's $7.91 a share. The peak was at $41. So pretty cheap, right? Not bad. $12.86 per share. And we currently have 1,020 shares. So that's what's going on with that. Now, talking about the NASDAQ real quick, we'll cover that very quickly here. Again, the goal is if the price is above the EMAs, we're going to buy triple QT. If they go below the EMAs, we're going to go back and buy some more GPIC because, again, we're not fully scaled into GPIC yet. And if it's going to give us another opportunity, we're going to take advantage of it, simply put. So, all right, let's talk about the Bitcoin stocks and the Bitcoin miners. So I'm going to touch on this briefly. If anything needs to be added to this later on, we'll let you know what the deal is on the X. But as of right now, it appears that Coinbase may be about ready to hit a support. So looking for that 142 to 176. If you guys are in the leverage plays like Conal and stuff like that, the idea here is that you actually want to be looking at the actual asset itself, not the leverage ETF. It pays to look at the leverage ETF, but it's always better if you're doing some kind of alternative to the stock itself to always look at the stocks. So as of right now, it looks pretty cheap. So I'll just give you guys the buy levels. You can determine for now what your own targets are going to be. Got a potential golden cross, some bullish divergence going on here. RSI moving up, price moving down, might be bottoming out. The price is kind of flatlining here. You can see it right at support. So now may potentially be a good time to get in. All right, MSTR, next one here. So we are riding the EMAs. That's pretty much what Bitcoin has done or has been doing. So that actually looks quite familiar, truthfully. So once again, we have price moving down, RSI MACD moving up. Okay, so that's bullish divergence. That means that potentially MSTR is about to find a bottom if it has not already. I mean, this looks like a double bottom as well, so that's also very bullish. Then you got the golden crosses on the daily and on the 4-hourly time frame, and same thing, right? Bullish divergence going on here as well. So the major macro level I'm looking at here is right around these wicks. So 265 to about 230 is going to be your current level to look at when positioning an MSTU or MSTY or even MSTR or anything else for right now. Okay, so let's cover the miners real quick. God, I never thought I'd see Mara this cheap again. It's crazy. I think last time we saw it this cheap was back in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, yeah, it was actually this cheap in 2024, but it wasn't like really down there until, or basically all the way back to 2023. So we're currently hitting the green box. That's a nice solid buy zone right there. I mean, it's the biggest zone that we have. Potential double bottom here. You can see that again, bullish divergence, right? The indicator is moving up while the price is moving down. So I'd say anywhere between 773 to 1219 at this point. Of course, you can do options if you want to get into these. That's up to you. So next one we got here, again, very similar to Mara, 630 to 950 for the buy zone, 4-hourly and the daily are showing some potential, well, at least the RSI and the price are showing some bullish divergence. We got a golden cross on the MACD there, so that's something to keep in mind. Next one, CLSK. So these wicks and, well, actually, let's get rid of this trend line because this doesn't mean anything. I don't know why TradingView keeps doing that, but yeah, anyways. So we're pretty much sitting around these lows from September back here. So anywhere around this area, 740 to about $8, I would say. Good opportunity to pick some up. The entire range here is 320 to 775, unless we get some kind of crazy black swan event. I don't really see it going all the way down there, but that's just something to keep in mind. So head 8. Personally, I wouldn't touch this one because it's kind of in no man's land. It could come down still quite a bit. Usually these things, I mean, especially when you get a death cross like this, these things have a tendency to want to come back and test the structure low, which is right here. That's at 880, so it could go down there before bouncing. That's the level I'd be looking at right now. You do also have a potential here for some kind of bullish divergence playing out, which looks like it's already starting to play out. So again, the RSI moving up out of oversold territory where the price is moving down. Okay, Cypher, this thing is just an absolute dumpster fire. I mean, my God, talk about a sell-off. Okay, so we're getting pretty close to these previous swing lows here. So again, that's right around 270 to 290, pretty much right around the current price. That's the level I'd be looking at. You can see the MACD EMA starting to curl up here, so that's obviously very bullish, right? Could be an early sign of a reversal coming. I mean, you have basically 5 weeks of straight down along with the markets. If we are getting pretty close to the low, which it seems like we are, we might see a reversal here soon. So, and keep in mind, we are just coming out of bearish seasonality. So, nice little earnings piece here on BTBT. It was relatively recent, as you can see. So, we might be forming a reversal here. Again, you have a lot of downside wicks here right around these levels at about 250 to 230-ish. And we are getting pretty close to the top of the support here at $2. So those are kind of the levels I'm looking at on this one. Again, potential bullish divergence playing out here. Okay, MACD, RSI, and the price moving down. So it's pretty much the same thing across the board. I mean, you guys can see it, right? So price down, MACD, RSI moving up on BITF. Hive, kind of the similar thing here on the RSI and the price. And then somewhat on IREN, got that golden cross, right? And then Wolf, very similar thing here. Okay, so levels I'm looking at on, let's see, BITF. This is kind of a big range, but I picked this intentionally in case there is a black swan event. We go down to the bear market lows and then pop. I highly doubt that's going to happen, especially since we're almost oversold on the weekly, but you never know. Anything's possible, right? Even if you're a mega bull, even if you're like a perma bull, you're always bullish all the time. It's always good to have like a little bear on your shoulder just to kind of balance things out, right? To keep a level-headed perspective on the markets. Okay, so 90 cents to about $1. That's the level I'm looking at. Pretty much the current price for the buy zone. HIVE. I would say probably right around these candle lows right here. 140 to 150 would be the next level below that. I would say probably somewhere around this 50 cents area. I would say would be the next level. It's a psychological level, plus it is kind of a little bit of structure. It's a swing low, so that's the level I'd be looking at for this one. Again, we are very heavily oversold. Wouldn't shock me if the prices started going up here soon. So iron, we're pretty much on the buy zone on this one. So $5.90 to about $8, anywhere in there. Going down to the daily time frame here, you can see we're oversold on the daily, which is pretty serious. I mean, the only next level to get oversold on is the weekly, and it's not that far off. So something to keep in mind. Okay, Wolf, next one here. So I would say the swing low, the next swing low below us currently, you can see we're testing that 290. That's the current swing low. Next one would be right below this at roughly about $2. That's the level I'd be looking at on this one. You can see it's kind of bottoming out here. Whether it's going to go up or down remains to be seen. Daily is oversold. And then, yeah, you can see this series of higher highs and higher lows. Every one of these swing lows would serve as a support on the way down for potential dip buying opportunities. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.